Okay, we've just I'm a literary editor, everyone. We have just taken a little break in a little town somewhere out, just outside of Stirling. And we are having a little bit of a sandwich, just a break. I was going to let Lavender run around on that lovely field over there, but there was a dog, and then there wasn't, and that's when I was gonna let her run, and then there was the same dog again, and now they're gone, so I don't know if I want to try my luck again. I don't think I will. I think I'll just keep driving. Since last night, I wrapped up a manuscript this morning, and I still have just a couple of character reflections to write down for this author that I'm working with. Basically, we drove out this morning. It's pretty dull outside because it's Scotland, so that's just how things are, but I'm psyched for this. We're going to the Highlands, and I think it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have some nice walks. But yeah, I had an interesting situation last night. I might talk more about it in this vlog when I clear my head a little bit. I think this vlog is going to be a sort of a behind the scenes of being an editor and a writer, which is a difficult thing to balance. So anyway, this one's getting impatient, so we are just going to finish the sandwich and keep on driving, and I will tell you all about my difficulties in life later. We have stopped somewhere. I'm just walking Lavender and casually talking to myself in this empty parking lot. One time, say hello, say hello. Yeah, I see. I see it. That's your gift. So we arrived and she got a welcome pack. And I bet the owners are already regretting that. Because she just went at that. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's yours. You got a gift. Okay, so we have arrived at Fort William, and I'm very tired. We've been driving for 3 hours with some pee breaks. I really like this wall background. It's actually just a wallpaper, unfortunately. We are here, and I am going to now take a little breather. Hopefully Lavender will go to sleep at some point, and I'm going to, in the meantime, write up the rest of my character evaluation for my client, and then I'm gonna send that off, and then I will likely just jump straight into a new manuscript. Well, actually, no. I will jump straight into a hot tub because I have a hot tub booked in an hour and a half. So I will be doing that, and then after that, I'm gonna do a little bit more editing. But yeah, I will show you guys the view from the room. So the view is not spectacular because I did not pay for it. But this is what we got. Some mountains in the distance. I think that's Ben Nevis over there. Maybe not. Maybe Ben Nevis is behind us. I actually have no idea, but Lavender likes it. It's nice. It's pretty. And Lavender has her own bed right here. Yeah. She got a blanket in the welcome pack also. Show the blanket. Show the blanket that you got. Is that your blanket? Yeah. And then this is my bed, where we will be, you know, the magic is gonna happen here. And by the magic, I mean editing. Good morning, guys. I've just woken up, and you can probably see my under eyes. I did not sleep well, not at all. But I'm gonna be going to breakfast in a little bit. I have just taken Lavender out for a pee, and my hair got wet, so we're back down to flatness. No more curls, unfortunately. I started the first chapter last night. After sending off the manuscript to the previous client, I'm going to try to go to the Glenfiddich Viaduct. I hope I said that right. But it's basically the Harry Potter bridge. So yeah, see you in a bit. I will, out of principle, not be showing any products that I use. You don't need to be influenced by me. Where's my beautiful girl? So far, this trip has been a bust. I'm not gonna lie. You will have probably seen a lovely montage that Barry put together of me and Lavender visiting the Glenfinnan viaduct, which it was nice. It was a nice viaduct, but unfortunately, what you don't see on that video is that we got caught in a hailstorm. It was pretty intense. I think Lavender's traumatized for life. And yeah, I don't know, we basically just kind of had to run out of there. We were soaked completely. I don't think I've ever gotten entirely soaked, like from top to bottom, in a shorter period of time than that. I think it was like 10 seconds. The rain just started pelting down, and then it turned into hail, which I haven't experienced in a long time. So we had to rush back, and that was that since yesterday. And then today, it hasn't stopped raining since the moment I got here. And when I say raining, it's not like that usual Scottish rain that's just like, you know, kind of a few drops here and there, or they're very gentle drops, gentle rain. It is like pelting it down. It has been since the moment that we arrived. And also today I got my period, so that's been fun. I mean, you can probably tell by my face I don't look great. I don't feel great. I haven't actually left the room today. I've done a little bit of editing. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk to you about the realities of what it means to be an editor, and also a little bit about what the editing process should look like, because this trip has been ruined probably not because of the weather, but probably because of some of the events that have led me here. But yeah, I originally booked this trip so that I could work on a new project that I started very recently. And this was actually just a sample project that I started for my course. I wanted to I do this thing in my courses where I don't just kind of teach you theory, and we don't just look at books, but I also kind of create a sample project along with you in the course. So what are you trying to do exactly? You're just trying to be center of frame? Is that it? Yeah. So yeah, the project is called Our Chained Wrists, and I have actually written the first page of this project, and I just wanted to basically continue writing it because this project is set in Fort Augustus. I'm currently in Fort William, but Fort Augustus is about a 40-minute drive from here, and I wanted to take one of the days to just go and kind of remind myself of what it looks like and just soak in the vibes. And this trip was supposed to be about me actually writing this project. I haven't written a word. Well, actually, that's not true. I wrote a couple of lines for a different project over breakfast while I was waiting for my breakfast to be delivered on my phone. But other than that, this trip basically just turned into an editing trip. And I will tell you why. But I just wanted to, I guess, share with you guys the idea that I did intend on making this vlog into me actually writing this project with you and being very transparent about like what it is, what I'm doing, kind of showing you guys every step of the way of this project as it comes to life, because I already shared a lot of this for my people in my course, and I thought, yeah, you know what, it's a good project to practice on. It's a good project to make public, to just show everyone and see. You look like you're being held hostage. Well, you kind of are, because you can't go anywhere because the rain's going down so hard, right? You're getting a bit antsy. Yeah, we only went out for little pee-pees and poo-poos every now and then, but yet to go on a real walk where we don't get pelted by hail. So yeah, I thought that I would actually share with you guys a couple of the opening lines from this project anyway, so that the idea for this vlog is not a complete bust. Our Chained Wrists, Chapter 1, What a Wretched Witch. Beatrix's knuckles swells up as she plucks the stinger out of her pointer finger. What reason does this bee have to end its own life for her of all people? A suicide bomber in furry stripes of lunacy buzzing around her neck. Perhaps it is that overpowering perfume she pulled off the shelf at the local shop in Fort Augustus. If the smell didn't kill at first, of course Beatrix would. She is, after all, and beyond her will, a wretched wraith waiting to wilt in this stone house on the hill. So yeah, this is just a little part of the first page that I wanted to share with you. I know I don't have the greatest reading prowess. That's because of my speaking condition, which I don't talk about very often. And I will not get into that in this video, but I wanted to share that because it's just a project that I've been kind of thinking of just experimenting with, because I really like the prose. That first page kind of took me a long time to write. I'm not gonna lie. I actually asked for help from one of my students in my soft plotting program to get that last sentence to rhyme, because I really liked it. I really liked the alliteration and the rhythm of it. So yeah, there I go. I shared something about my writing in this vlog. However, the reality is, yes, I've had to spend most of my time editing while I've been here. I haven't edited actually as much as I wanted to because I've just been very stressed because of a thing that happened. But the reason that I am editing on this trip and not actually writing or taking time off as I had intended to is because I've had a situation come up with somebody that I used to work with, and I'm not going to go into any detail here. I'm not going to name names or anything, but I guess I just wanted to share with you guys what kind of thing can happen when you are pairing up with people. And I wanted to say when you don't know them, but that's not really true because this person was my friend too. But basically, some things happened. This person kind of pulled the rug out from under me a couple of months ago, and now I am left potentially with 2 extra clients that I have absolutely no time to fit into my schedule. And the money side of the things I'm not even going to get into because that's a whole other mess. So yeah, now I'm currently working on one of the manuscripts for one of my clients who was booked in to start with me in January. And I had read that manuscript once, and now I'm doing a developmental edit of it. And I was hoping to get that to her sort of by the beginning of March, and then I could start on my March client. However, I've now had to push my March client back to April, which thankfully she was okay with, and make space for this new project that I was not intending on actually editing because it wasn't my project. It wasn't my project to edit. However, now I have to. I mean, I want to help the client because the situation is really not ideal, and I was the one that recommended this person, and now I feel like I have to, you know, take responsibility for that not working out. All of that to say, I'm no longer collaborating with this person, and I really wish that I never had, to be honest, because it just brought a lot of pain and grief, seeing as this person was also, as I said, my friend. One important thing that I have learned from all of this fiasco, all of this circus, is that you just have to be transparent with clients. And if you are a writer who is working with an editor, just make sure that like you trust them, you trust what they say to you, and that they are honest with what's happening with your manuscript and what they're working on, what their ETA is, when they can actually get the manuscript back to you. Basically just a PSA to all the writers out there who are looking for editors. Make sure that you trust the person and that they have some verifiable testimonials of actual real people that you can reach out to that they have worked with, who have had a good experience with that editor. Because I hear a lot of horror stories, and I didn't think that one would hit so close to home, but I hear a lot of horror stories about, you know, editors who just ghost you, or they don't do the work that you hire them to do, or they just change your manuscript entirely, which is not what editing is about. And I hate that there are all of these misconceptions about what editing looks like in the writing world, because it really ruins the space for people like me, for people like some of the other editors that I know in the community who do excellent work and charge fair prices and are prompt with their responses and are prompt with their editing, and respect your timeline and your ETA on when you want to publish something. Like, for example, unfortunately, with everything that has happened, I had to say no to one of my returning clients who wanted me to work on the second book of her novel. So she published it last autumn. It is Lost in the Light by J.J. King. I'm gonna have the picture pop up here if you want to buy it. It is an excellent science fiction fantasy novel, and I absolutely enjoyed working on the first one and reading it and everything. And I was so excited to get the second one because I was actually really invested in the storyline and the characters. But I knew that her deadline is, I think, this summer, so I unfortunately just had to email her and tell her about what has happened and about the fact that I might be doing a rush job on a couple of manuscripts that I hadn't intended on, and I unfortunately cannot do the beta read that she wanted me to do for the second book. If she wants to have it done by a certain time, she should go with somebody else or find a different option, and I will still read the book because obviously I love the book. But that was something that I needed to tell her, and I think a younger me, a more inexperienced and immature version of me, would have probably just taken on the work because it's work, right? It's money, it's stability, and I would have probably pushed myself to finish it on time and caused myself invariable amounts of stress, which unfortunately, there's no such thing as no stress when you are a freelancer of any sort. But I think I have started to manage it a little bit better, that stress of, working for yourself and being responsible for yourself. And I've talked about this in my email newsletter. I used to have a crew of people that were working for me, a crew of editors that I was sort of managing or like sending them leads and stuff like that. And that lasted for a few months last year. And we also had bloggers and things like that. But I figured out that I just was not comfortable being responsible for this many people. And there was a lot of miscommunication happening with people thinking the job was something that it wasn't, with people. I just don't want to get too into this because I don't want to be that kind of person that's pointing fingers, but it was just stressful, let's put it that way. It was stressful managing other people when you don't necessarily know who they are as well as you thought you did. So I have decided, and you may have read about this on my newsletter last year, but I've decided it's just going to be me and Barry, my graphic designer, my video editor. From this point on, we might hire some bloggers here and there to help us out, but that's not going to be a permanent position. That's not going to be anything like that, because I need freedom and time and space for my brain to heal from everything that has happened. Yes, this trip was a little bit sidetracked because of the situation that I find myself in, and because of the type of person I am. Anxiety is a little bit difficult to process, but I'm hopeful. We are going to drive back tomorrow. I am going to see if I can record anything else for you guys, because I unfortunately didn't really do anything. I just kind of came here and stayed in the room and ate a lot and edited a little. So I'm going to take one last sort of trip around Fort William just to see what's up and have a little look around. Considering I wasn't able to do all the other stuff, I was planning to go to like a national park, to Loch Ness, obviously, to Fort Augustus, to a wildlife park, all of these things. But with the weather, I mean, it has just been nonstop, and I think it's just kind of, maybe this is egocentric to think, but maybe the weather is like reflecting. When you write, you write a really dramatic scene and you add rain for the oomph. That's what the last few days have felt like for me. So now the rain has actually stopped. So that's a good sign. I'm just sitting in front of the window, and as I was making this video, as I was talking to you guys, the rain stopped. So I'll take that as a good sign in my books, and I will return home. And hopefully with this video somewhat recorded. I don't know if this vlog is gonna make any sense at all. Guess it's up to Barry to edit it nicely. But hopefully with this vlog out of the way, I may be also more active on YouTube from now on. And I'm looking into collaborating with some really awesome people here, and hopefully that'll get me a little bit out of my winter rut, so to speak. I shall head home, and I shall see you guys when I get there. Yeah, I was trying to take a video of the outside, so of course it started to rain. Here we are, and we are ready to just drive back because I have absolutely no patience left. I am done with this trip. This has been a hoot. I just want to go home. Oh my god! Well, this is nice. Okay, I saw the rainbow and I decided to take a little walk anyway. So here we are at Glen Nevis. I literally just like went off the beaten path and I saw this little park thingy. So we're gonna have a little walk, aren't we? Yeah, somebody's happy. She might even get off the leash here. Yay! No! Okay, just got this gorgeous cinnamon bun, sticky, sinful thing, whatever, muffin. But we stopped in the same spot that we did when we were coming here. I think that's just becoming my Highland rest point for whenever I go on the trip here. But yeah, Lavender, what do you say? What is this? It's a big sticky bun. You gonna try some of that? I don't know if you can. Maybe a little bit. Yeah? Okay. Yes, you're right. Did you make it? Did you make it home? Good girl. So we've made it back, and it's sunny because of course it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna not take the sun for granted now that we are home and now that it is actually nice. We had a good time, and we want to know if you guys have ever been on a writing retreat, and if, like mine, yours also did not go according to plan. So yeah, share that in the comments. I would love to know and hear from you guys if you want me to try and do another writing retreat at some point, maybe at a better time with checking the weather in advance. That might help. And yeah, I would love to do that. I know I am absolutely horrible at vlogging and actually taking videos of the places that I visit, but I promise I will try my best in the next one.